moving into the clipper portion of the school program. The first thing you want to do is cut the ears of the mannequin. Humans' ears are flexible and the mannequins are not. So just take a knife and work from the top of the ear all the way to the bottom in the back. And now you have a little bit of bend in it. Working with the clipper, you want to grab it in the base of your hand and extend a finger forward so you're that much closer to the mannequin when you're working. The comb should be held in a C shape and really secure it in the base of your hand so that when the clipper touches the comb, you actually push resistance against each other so you're not knocking the comb into the head shape.
Start with the first step of the haircut by separating the top from the bottom with a high horseshoe parting at the top of the recession. Then, establish the basic head shape by using a clipper over comb cutting action in vertical panels. Use a large clipper comb and a one blade. Cut to a length so the hair can push slightly when you comb through it at the top of the panel. This length will be approximately 1 inch. Use forced placement behind the ear to create a tight hairline and have a guide to follow for the panels in the back. Place the large clipper comb at the hairline. The angle of the comb should mimic the desired shape. The teeth of the comb should point slightly toward you and directly at the desired length at the top of the panel. This will create graduated result. Swiftly move the clipper across the comb. Cut from your guide at the side of the comb into uncut hair. Keep your visual focus on the guide and trust the cutting of the hair into the panel. Around the ear, use forced placement again behind the ear. Then place the comb tightly at the hairline and pull the teeth slightly away from the head. Make sure that the clipper and comb are suspended off of the head as you reach the top of the panel. This will result in the desired length and weight above the widest part of the head. As you complete the bottom half, look at the weight at the top of the panel and make sure it rests evenly around the head from side to side. Lightly mist the hair to an even but low saturation level and prepare for transition with a T-part. Use horizontal sections in the transition area for moderate length and weight at the transition and top of the head. Horizontal sections leave a greater degree of bulk, filling in the head shape as the head rounds to the top. Connect to the guide under the horseshoe parting at the back of the ear. At the front, disconnect to greater length. Elevate straight out from the head for a traditional subtle weight buildup. Use a disconnected horizontal transition and extend the cutting line away from the head as you near the face. This is referred to as a visual blend. Divide the crown area into 3 sections. Within these sections, create horizontal subsections. Fully connect to your guides, both on the lower half of the head and the transition just cut on the side. Pull each section straight out, parallel to the floor. Keep the tension low but controlled. Too much tension will cause the resulting shape to round with the head. Horizontal transitions are used to maintain weight in the transition zone. Clean, consistent combing and sectioning will set you up for an ideal final outcome. Work up the head using basic sections that are easy to control until you reach the T-parting above the crown. Let any natural growth pattern or cowlick rest in its natural fall. Do not try to force it into the current section. When the hair is shorter, it is important to reduce the tension. Comb lightly and open the securing fingers to allow for any natural growth pattern to react. Ensure that you have a guide below to connect to. Start at the connecting point behind the ear and angle your fingers out to the existing length at the front hairline. Pick up the hair from the top of the section. This will help you to not elevate too high. If you need to pick up hair from below the section, grab a fine section and comb lightly. Work up to the T-parting with horizontal sectioning. Using side-to-side sections across the top of the head, connect by cutting off the corner at the center of the head. Cut shorter for the illusion of wider sides and a greater visual texture. Cut longer for narrower sides and less visual texture. For the pompadour, cut longer to reserve length at the top of the head. Use over-direction to the previous section to create a subtle but substantial length buildup toward the front hairline.
The fifth step, detail and finish, we're going to create a low taper with the triple-aught blade, a very short cutting blade, and our all-purpose comb. Try to stay in the bottom of zone 1, which is below the round of the head.
Detail and finish for the hairline of the pomp is a classic taper. Using the all-purpose cutting comb and a triple-aught blade, create a low taper. This taper will be slightly higher than the low tapers you have created for the previous haircuts. The teeth of the comb point up slightly more to expand the degree of taper. Use forced placement to connect the hairline behind the ear. Use less of a rotation with the comb than the previous haircuts. This will cut shorter to match the more classic expanded taper. Blend from scalp-covered interior to a perfect tailored fit with no length that terminates at the hairline. A key concept in clipper cutting is cutting against the grain. Refine the area near the ear and throughout the entire hairline with shear over comb. Use the smallest comb, the barber comb, to fit the hairline as close to zero length as possible. The angle of the comb will represent the low taper angle used in the previous haircuts. This degree of detailing offers greater quality to the overall appearance.
For styling the pompadour, we're going to work with firm hold gel. You want a firm hold to be able to get the lift you want from the top. When the hair is greater than 3 inches, it wants to fall naturally to gravity. The firm hold products will assist in getting that elevation for us. And then we'll use a little bit of super glue if any of this is not holding strong enough, and we'll finish it with grooming spray.
For a polished, high-hold finish with memory, use a moderate to high dosage of American Crew Firm Hold Gel as the base product. Place the product into the hair and create a greater saturation level with the product itself. Do not add water. Begin shaping and elevating the style with your hands as you place the product into the hair. Rough dry the hair, elevating the top with your fingers. Follow the elevation with concentrated air and heat from the dryer. Smooth out the interior with a boar bristle brush. Brush from the root area to the ends. Follow the brush with the dryer. Use a small amount of American Crew Super Glue to hold the style at the front. Super Glue will offer the highest hold that will permanently place the hair in the desired elevation. Use your hands to dry the super glue in place and add a bend to the top of the shape by placing your palm at the very top and push down lightly and seal the shape with heat. Add high gloss and seal the shape with American Crew grooming spray.
If you'd like to see this pompadour more textured, then add a high hold, high shine, or low shine, but you want a higher hold puck to go through the surface. We're going to use heavy hold pomade.
Change the surface quality of the pompadour style with a low to moderate dosage of American Crew Heavy Hold Pomade. Place the product from the interior to the exterior using your fingers as a comb. This will add separation to surface style and adjust the finish from a smooth to a high-textured pompadour.